It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And we're underway from Seattle. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. They get to him before he can amount to march just beyond that 50. Yard line.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Darnold. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith and Jigba. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Offense up to the line fast.
That's another Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And again, it's Darnold. Has some room to work. That's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
Myers on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Bills nothing.
and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Allen fires out wide complete. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And now from the pistol to Cook. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. And goes to the hurry up here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Connects on the crosser. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's another Bills.
Cook trying this one up the gut. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Pressure coming, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
3rd down, and they need to get 10. Third and long for him here. He fires one deep down the left sideline. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. They get an even 40 out of that one. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Cook scores. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills finish off their opening drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes. Not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so until that defense proves they can stop it.
It's Allen out of the pistol. And this is caught. And that bid for the lead works out. They're now up 8-7.
Bills 8, Seahawks 7.
And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 8-7 the score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute.
Matt Prater set to
Now
kick
Prater
off.
on to send it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
Throw here, third down. Completed over the middle. They'll have the first down and even more. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Walker on first down. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I mean, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lumen Fields coming right up. Second down now, 7 to go. Staying with Walker. Headed right through the middle of the field. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Walker now from the gun. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games. This sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
So Darnold in the offense getting set. 2-point attempt upcoming. All right, they're going to throw for it. Oh, what an effort to bring in that short throw. He lays out and gets it. Wow, that gets him the 2 points.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Touch the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. First down throw for Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yep.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. This is caught inside the 15. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Has it in close. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
To the air again, Allen. Escape, and he can escape no longer. They roll over and bring him down. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they could try for some points going into the break. One last play before the break. The final throw before the break. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Bills cut it to just a point before halftime. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully, down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
All right, they're lining up for 2 and trying to take a lead into the locker room at halftime. Allen looking to throw this. And there it is. He makes the play in the end zone. And with no time remaining, they tie this game up as we head into halftime locker room. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Gain of 16 yards. And the Bills first down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Bills first down.
56, 56. Half 85, half 85.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Tweeted to his running back. And they take him down right along the 30. Offensive line fast.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. On the Seahawks 30-yard line.
They'll run it with Cook. Escapes a defender. Nice. Touchdown, Buffalo!
Touchdown.
The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a James Cook touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
heat now to return. Good work so far. He's got room. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series.
The Seahawks take over first and 10. At their own
And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10.
We go set. The lady. They set.
Now Darnold. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Elijah Arroyo, the target on that throw. And now it's 2nd down.
It leads to
Those
second.
passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
Go set. Ready. They set.
To throw, here's Darnold. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and just 2 to go.
We go set. Ready. They set.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his right. Looking downfield, snagged by Arroyo. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone.
It's a gain of 32 yards.
Ready.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The lady. They set.
1st and 10. Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks start the 2nd half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Darnold and the Seahawks getting set to try for 2.
The Seahawks will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's going to throw it. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You can just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. This is Cook on the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
56,
A loss
56.
of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for the Bills. First down.
Going right back to Kincaid, complete. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Allen fires out wide complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Gain of 6. And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard
First and 10. Here's Allen. Hits his running back. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Bills have a first down.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Bills.
It's Allen out of the pistol. Well secured by Brandon Cooks. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense heading up for first and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense is set. First and 10. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. They'll come up on first and 10.
Alert!
Handoff headed right. It's Cook. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Back now, pressure coming. Brought in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Vacates quickly left side. And this is going to be a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take a 4th quarter lead. Josh Allen, the touchdown.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good, creative quarterback, one that can extend a play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
So as we expected, they're lining up to go for 2 here and a 7-point advantage.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Allen setting up play action. Flushed out of the pocket. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by Julian Love. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Gonna need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. A crucial mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tre'Davious White.
So many throws in the league attack this area of the field. They love to attack the slot. And for these defenders, who have to play that area, it takes great reaction, it takes tremendous intuition, and then just a spatial awareness of understanding where you are amidst that space to go take the ball away. That is well done.
We've set it downs for him from the 31.
180. Middle. What's that?
First down throw for Allen. Left side into the hands of Shakir. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills make it a two-possession game here in the fourth. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. Getting another shot at 2 here.
180. Half 85. Half 85. All 50. Half. What's that?
All right, they're going to throw for it. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. That is Nick Emanwari.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and really show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
He's going to field this at the 2. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got first and 10.
Go set.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Called in by Arroyo on the right side. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10.
Here we go. Set. 180. What's that?
Out of the gun. Here's Darnold. Short pass brought in. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. From the gun, Darnold. He's got the hook up to Arroyo. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
13 more yards. That's another Seahawks.
And again, it's Darnold. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
All right, one more snap here before our 2-minute warning.
Set. Red 80. Yellow 80. Yellow 80. What's that?
Second and 10, Darnold. Has it down close. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks now within 1 score in the fourth. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with a receiver with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trimmed
team's coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
Timing so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. All set to go now from the 35. Here's a give to Cook. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. Offense is hurrying, time running down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. It's brought in downfield by Kincaid. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off of that game.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Allen looking to throw this. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out.
Bills 40, Seahawks 31. Matt Prater is set to
Now
kick
Prater
off.
on to send it away. Return starts at the 3. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Here's Darnold. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
All their timeouts left, but they still need a quick score here. It's first and 10. Working now from the gun. Connects on the crosser. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for short yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
All their timeouts left, but they still need a quick score here. It's first and 10. Darnold now to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, second and 10. Sticking to the air here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. first. And that's a touchdown. Great catch there with almost no time left. Now, Brock, they're going to need a miracle, but it is still possible. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Setting up to pass. And he's going to run in for 2. Oh, they gambled the entire game on that call. And now they're in line for the win.
Seahawks 39.
Ooh, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Bills are going to recover the football, and that should lock up this win.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Alert! Ready! What's up?
They're going to pass it here. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he has the Bills the first down, and that Brock should clinch them this win.